Have you ever been on a plane and a medical emergency happens? Or what's a crash pad? And what's it like the first day on the job as a flight attendant? It's all next on Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G.
Prepare for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Fasten your seatbelts, stow your tray tables, don't even think about moving out of that seat. It's time for Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G, and you are in the galley. What's up, Shawn?
What's up, G?
What were you doing today?
Oh, man, hanging out, doing my homework, doing a little bit of life, keeping things going here at the house.
Don't worry. I was keeping the airline going again.
Oh, yeah, you were flying. I was not working today.
Hey, man, we got a guest in the galley today.
Yeah, man. Guess who's in the house? It's G-Dub.
G-Dub, what's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man. It's a pleasure to have you on our show. You know, G-Dub and I go back, and we go way, way back. I mean, this is the beginning of our career. We've known each other since the first day of training. I know we talked about this in the other episodes. Yeah, he's the guy that witnessed me in the circle of girls. Right.
Here we go again. Every time Shawn talks, right, he is around girls. He's the main conversation around girls.
It seems to be a repeating theme. Yes, it
Hey,
does.
you know, when you gotta be you. You know, I want everybody out there to just remind yourself, be you.
Hey, G, I have to ask you something, right? This guy, right, the first time I met him, he thought I was an asshole. Right? He thought I was an asshole, right?
Well,
Hey, did I nail that one? Did I nail it?
No, hold on a second. Now, he thought I was an asshole. G, when you first seen him surrounded by all those girls over there and you just got to training, what'd you think?
I knew I wasn't going to like this guy the minute I met him. You know
There
what they
goes
say?
your first opinion
Yeah,
again,
you
Shawn.
never get a second chance to make a first impression. And,
Look at that, Shawn, you're 2 for 2.
Yeah, you know, I'm being double teamed right now, so I just want to let everybody know. Still, be you, man. Just be you.
So you guys actually got hired together, or did you get hired together, or did you just go to training together?
No, we went to training together. We met the first day of training, and then we had actually found out later that we both went to the University of Nebraska at the same time.
yeah.
Knew some of the same people. Probably were at some of the same parties.
Yeah, but not the same girls.
No.
Oh, well, you know, Shawn, he's covered in them. Everywhere he goes, man, that boy is he's swarmed in them, right, G?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know, when you were 20, you know, and all that stuff, you just got to do it. Go with the flow.
You know what I remember, G, with me and you? Softball.
Yes.
Right?
Those are quite a
Softball
few years
was
ago.
big fun.
Yeah, we used to play softball together. G, when he was young, man, this guy had wheels, right?
The key part is when he was.
No,
Yeah, but he had
young.
wheels though.
yeah, G is being mildly stated here. But my man right here used to play for Nebraska, and he held the 40 dash record for
Yeah, a long time
years
ago, man.
and
Long
years.
time ago.
University of Nebraska
You
held the record.
You wouldn't know it now by looking at me.
That's all right though, man. He did, you know, even when we play softball, G had all kinds of wheels. But you know, one of the funniest things that I remember about G is that we would play these weekend softball tournaments, G. And we would have to get up early in the morning, and everybody's ready to go, right? We're all fired up. We're like, oh, all right, we're going to take these guys. We're ready to go. Where's G?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, G hadn't even rolled out yet. And he comes out, and he's like dragging. I'm like, G, what, are you ready to go? He's like, you know, I'm tired, G. I'm just tired. I don't know if I can do it.
He does like to complain that he's
Well,
tired.
these
a lot.
tournaments of softball, you're playing at 7 in the morning. Who the hell plays
Exactly,
softball
exactly.
at 7 in the morning? I gotta have some breakfast. I gotta ease into the
No,
day.
don't let him fool you. No, G comes out and he's dragging, right? I mean, he's dragging. He's like, G, I'm tired. And I'm like, G, I got you. And he goes, what do you mean you got me? I said, dude, I got you. I got donuts.
Donuts.
you see
He
his
is the
eyes
cake.
go big.
Listen.
And he's like, is it the chocolate ones?
The
And I was
biggest
like,
connoisseur
yes,
of cake
chocolate
I know of right now.
Like I said, donuts are God's gift to mankind.
You know that.
All of a sudden, he turned from dragging to Superman.
Hey man,
I mean,
one of the things that I know about G,
Big fan of the donut.
the donuts, any type of like cake sweets.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
into it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when we moved here to Northeast Ohio, I mean, when he saw the
Yeah.
Krispy Kremes here,
Yeah, that's primarily where I'm not as fast.
Yeah,
as I used
I'm
to
like that. But you know something, G? I tell you, right? Krispy Kreme in Ohio. I'm sorry, I can't even have them in the house. I will kill them.
Yeah, that's a heck of a
I will
donut.
absolutely kill Krispy Kreme.
That might be the top of the top shelf, the gold star donut.
the pinnacle of donuts.
Oh
The
yeah,
Krispy Kreme is hard to beat.
I would just kill Krispy
To walk
Kreme.
in the store and see
No
those
doubt.
donuts flipping off the freaking
And
Krispy Kreme.
when that red light's on, you got to pull in.
You got it. When it's hot, you got it.
You got to get in there when that red light's on.
Hey, so let's talk a little bit about this week, right? I mean, I just had an incident this week that it was it could have been potentially really bad.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about what happened? Because this is something that happens a lot on our aircrafts.
We have to be aware of a situation, even like sitting on the jump seat, even if the service is over. So you're sitting back there, and then all of a sudden you hear this pounding on the lavatory door. I jumped up, opened the door, and there was an elderly woman, and she was kind of a little disoriented. I asked her if she's okay, and she nodded, and then she started moving towards her seat. So she seemed like she was okay walking. Well, her daughter came to the back and she said, I think something's wrong with my mom. I knew exactly who it was. I went right to her. The next thing I did is I asked her, ma'am, what's your name? And she just looked at me and she didn't answer. And then I said, are you feeling any pain? And she reached up and she started rubbing on her arm. And then and I asked her to grab a hold of my fingers, and she couldn't really grip that well. So I turned around and I said, I think she's having a stroke. I'm going to get some medical personnel. So I went to the back and I immediately paged for some medical personnel to help. And let me tell you, in our job, I can't tell you how important it is that when these medical people are on board, that they respond as fast as they do. Because
it's amazing.
Yeah, they always step up.
Yeah, and we had
really
probably 4 or 5. And what's the chance of 4 rows behind this woman that there's a neurologist from the clinic?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Coming
Perfect timing.
out of North, the best medical facilities in the United States.
but still right behind her,
Right.
4 rows behind her, you got a neurologist.
Yeah.
So within like seconds, she's up there and she's talking to her, and she tells me, she confirms it. She said, yeah, I think she's having a stroke. And so immediately, what's amazing after that is crew, right?
Yeah,
I had amazing crew. Automatically just goes into
Boom, we become a team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's instilled in us. Our training just kicks in, and we all do the jobs, take a piece of the job that's required. Like we have somebody communicating, we have somebody that's going to get assisting to get equipment. We have somebody that's sitting there writing down all the information, that's communicating with our pilots so that we can connect with the ground to get to our
MedLink.
MedLink.
Yeah, because we always connect to MedLink. But what's amazing is when you have this this coordination, right? I mean, of like crew members. You turn around, you got a crew member there, like Shawn just said. She's writing all the information down. You don't have to repeat it. She's already doing it, or he's doing it. And then in my case, it was a she. So she was just writing it down.
Gee,
and
how
then,
did you know? How did you know that she was having a stroke?
Well, symptoms. I mean, through our training, right? We're trained in medical situations. So if you think that it's a stroke victim, possible stroke, well, you're gonna talk to them, see if they actually, can say their name, if they can just even remember simply remember their name, and then you ask them if they have any pain. They could possibly have pain in their arms. Stroke victims have numbness, could have weakness of the face or arms, leg, especially on one side of the body. And she was rubbing on the left-hand side of their body. So I knew that she was having some pain there. She was having problems speaking. She was a little bit incoherent. And then her eyes, they had kind of like a glossy little look over them. As far as she was sitting down, so that didn't even come into effect. And the other thing, they could potentially have severe headaches. These are all things that we learn through training. So we kind of try to do a quick evaluation, and then we immediately get medical personnel because we're not trained medical personnel. We will do exactly whatever we can to help these people.
Yeah, we're first aid trained.
Yes,
Exactly. And but the fastest thing what we do is we go get these people, and they come and they help us. And again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate when they come in and they help us.
Medical
it's just
assistance
incredible.
is so important, and also the time that you take to evaluate and to understand what is happening is so important when you're dealing with strokes.
Yeah,
you know,
I always feel like the people that are so kind to help us should get like a free flight or something right on the spot. Like, hey, we got you.
yeah. I know the alcohol is always being offered.
But you know that another part of this though, Shawn, is situational awareness, right?
Yeah, situational awareness is super important. I mean, when we're having a medical emergency, not only are we trying to help that passenger to assist them in whatever they need, as well as get them assistance, we also have a job to continue to do as we're flying there. I mean, we are also aware of our situational awareness and making sure that, hey, is this might be a ploy? I mean, safety and security of our aircraft is of the utmost importance to us.
Right, because you're thinking of safety and you're thinking of the health and welfare of this passenger, but also you've got to think of the safety of the airplane always. Yeah. And that's the other part is that, you know, and that's why when you have so many, you have, you know, 4 crew members on board and 2 of you are dealing with the situation with the emergency, the other 2 are also looking at the situation on the aircraft and making sure that everything is still going the way it's supposed to.
Because, you know, when all this is happening, that customer that's on the other side of the aircraft, or the other end of the aircraft, is going to be ringing their call button, wanting that extra drink, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't know what's going on, right? I mean,
They had their headphones on the whole time.
They're like, I think something's going on back there.
Yeah, I think something's going on. Can I get another bourbon, please?
Exactly. Yeah. And we're right in the middle of a full-blown medical emergency.
Right.
And they got to have something to do.
Their situational awareness has been turned off.
And also, too, you got to remember what time of flight this happens.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen at when you're cruising with 2 hours in between. It could happen on takeoff or landing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And there's other things to consider.
Yeah, there's always it can happen anytime during our flight. Doesn't matter when it's happens. We're still going to react and keep ourselves safe as well as the aircraft.
But I just wanted to, a little bit of a shout out to my crew. They did a phenomenal job. They really did. I mean, it's such professionalism. But, you know, I find that a lot with a lot of my crews when it comes to emergency situations on board an aircraft. It's amazing how sometimes you don't even know each other, right? And something happens, and then everybody's doing their job.
Yeah. To talk to that whole point about not knowing each other. I mean, for those of you that aren't in the industry, you know, crews are not always coming from one location. We might be 4 members in the back of an aircraft that are all from different bases and coming on different schedules, and we're coming from different places. And so we might have just met, but our training kicks in and we become this team, synergy happens, and we handle the situation. So it's amazing that this whole, you know, training has evolved to where, you know, even though we don't know each other, we know how to work with each other.
Yeah, and most of the times, everyone brings something different to the table.
Absolutely.
You know, and something may not be your strong point, but the other person, they know how to deal with that.
And the best part of the ending situation of that person walks off the aircraft.
That's fantastic.
Right?
That's what you want.
When they walk off the aircraft and they're going home, they get to see their family, their loved ones, right? And we were able to help them out to do that. That's the best feeling, right?
Yeah, that is the best feeling.
So let's talk about something else, right?
Yeah, you know what's not the best feeling?
I can tell you. Just what me and you went through.
Yeah, exactly. The other day, G and I are on aircraft. We get these gals, they're all heading down to wherever they're going to. They're all together, and they just put themselves in their seats wherever they wanted to see it. And all they did was just screw up the entire boarding process.
They jacked it all up.
Jacked it up.
So much for leaving on time.
Right. Yeah.
People wonder why you don't leave on time, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. you got a group of girls that come on. They know their seats. They all got center seats, right? And all of a sudden, there's a whole row, and they just sit there and they look at you. Well, we didn't want to sit in those seats. Okay, well, you bought those seats.
Yeah, on a full aircraft. Now we're trying to first, figure out the situation because we don't know that they just sat in the seats until we start doing the research, right?
Right, and the one girl kept going to the aisle seat, right?
Yeah, she would be, oh, this isn't my seat. Oh, and then she'd get up and walk to an aisle seat.
And then somebody else show up.
Yeah.
And then she get mad. She ended up being where? Back in your original middle seat.
Exactly.
Right? So they just jacked the
and
whole...
And then they were angry with us, right?
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Like it was our fault.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah. We didn't buy your ticket.
Exactly. We always love those situations, right? Me and you always got a big smile on your face, right?
Yeah.
Because we know one thing, folks. See, we don't put you in those seats. You purchase them.
Yeah.
You buy them.
You have the option of buying that seat in a different location.
Yeah, like
play by the rules.
Premier
Sit in
location.
Yeah, sit in your assigned seat. Play by the rules. It makes it easier for everyone.
Never do it, G. They never do it.
No.
I mean, they'll jack a boarding up in a heartbeat. They never do it. We deal with that situation daily, right? But this group, like me and Shawn was talking about, unbelievable. Just sat where they did. But here's the other thing, right? Walking on board. This happened like on the same flight, and you know it. You know those ones that come late in the boarding process?
Oh, yeah.
I love these guys, right? They're like, I'm boarding last. You know why?
Because they want to take any seat they want to.
Yeah, they want to sit wherever they want.
Right. They see the prime seats.
Everybody's on board.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just take this empty seat.
Exactly.
I'll just plop down here.
Right? The one that everybody else paid extra for, right? That one seat that everybody paid extra. Well, folks, let me tell you something, right? If you see Shawn or G out in the aisle and they got that electronic device, what does that mean, Shawn?
We are the seat police.
We're going to come in, and if you are parking in a no parking zone,
oh, yeah, we're going to make you pay.
we're going to make you pay, or guess what? You leaving.
These guys are on the job. You don't want to see these two dudes. No.
Hey, the one reason why we both go to work is what? We're trying to get paid.
Oh,
right?
we're going to get paid, right?
Right.
And me and Shawn is the Inflight parking wars. Right?
You have to come on and you got to obey the rules. That's all there is to it. If you want a better seat, we're happy to give it to you.
And
We'll
you know what
charge
we
you.
love? The feedback, right? Because here's what comes. You sit there and you tell them, okay, you have to move. And they're like, why?
Well, it's empty.
And it's going to be empty if you don't want to pay for it too, right?
You got that right.
I mean, we're going to take you out of that seat because everybody else paid for it. And they go, well, it's stupid because the seat's going to remain empty.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, you have to move back to 38E.
Oh yeah, and I love to tell them. I used to take my kid to the baseball game all the time. I love using this one, and I told him, I said, I did the same thing at a baseball game. I purchased a stadium seat, and then I walked up and I noticed that there was a loge open. I started walking upstairs, and the security guy stopped me, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm taking my son up that loge," and they're like, "You didn't pay for that." I'm
Yeah,
like,
but it's empty.
But it's empty.
It's open.
And he looked at me like I was nuts. He told me to get back down to my stadium seat.
Yeah.
Now, folks, seriously, I mean, that was a joke, but seriously, right? The seat is empty for a reason. It's because you did not pay for it. And just realize this. We are the seat police.
Yeah. I feel like these are the same people that pay for the nosebleeds and try to move down into the courtside seats.
Exactly.
Right
But
behind
we're
the
gonna
bench.
catch
G-Dub,
it.
you got the whole picture. You know with experience that these are the people, the opportunists that are waiting. It's the same thing as those silver sneakers people that need a wheelchair.
Yep.
And they get to their destination and it's like a miracle. They just hop out of the seat and walk right to their destination.
But believe me, okay, when you look to the back of the aircraft and you see two people looking at you, right? We already know that you're that person. We know that you're looking at this seat, and we're already looking at our seat map, and we know what you're doing. So we're just going to come up there and confirm it as soon as you take a seat. We're confirming that you weren't supposed to sit.
You're already made.
Yeah, you two
Okay,
guys.
so let's just say, sit in your right seat.
Sit in the seat or pay for it.
Exactly. But you know something, Shawn, this happened too, right? We were going down to the Florida the other day, and we had a problem. We pulled in. We was on time, right? We pulled in, and we were ready to go. We were like, we're like 15, 20 minutes early. We're all ready to get out of here, and then we get that call.
Yeah. Well, there is that long silence and nobody was moving or getting off the aircraft. And we're like, what is happening?
Yep.
And the jet bridge was broken.
Oh, let me tell you, folks. Right, worst thing is that you get there early. You're ready to go. You've done everything you're supposed to do. Can't get off the airplane.
Yeah. So now we've got to tell everybody to sit down,
Put their bags away. Clean the aisles out.
Yep. And now we've got to push the aircraft. But then the beauty of this whole story is, we park at the gate, and flight attendants, if you didn't know how they get paid, we get paid when the door is closed and then it opens again. Well, we just got to the gate and they opened all the baggage gate doors down below, which timed us out. And it took about 39 minutes to get the aircraft towed over to another gate that we weren't getting paid. But, G, what did we do?
Oh, we
we were going to put it in
Oh, yeah. No, because that's the thing. Okay, how many people in this world were sitting there? I'll give you 39 minutes. What? I don't want no money.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, a lot of people don't understand that flight attendants only get paid when that door is closed and when it opens. So all that extra time that we're doing, running around the airport, sitting around, and that you see us and you're coming up asking us questions about, where to go in an airport that we may not even be familiar with, we're not getting paid.
Yeah. Gee, you don't mind giving away free time, free money, right?
Well, my time is very important to me, so. But 39 minutes is a long time to be sitting on that
In other
plane.
words, no, G ain't gonna give his time away.
No.
Yeah.
So last time, guys, we talked about training, right? And the stresses of training, right? And today we're going to talk about what it was like when we got assigned our base, and then what it was like when we went and we dealt with the
First
living.
day on the job, too.
Yeah, the living circumstances, first day on the job, right?
You got it.
Yeah. So you two basically
no, but before we get into this conversation, we're gonna talk about something that just happened. We just had our podcast just air our first episode.
That was it's phenomenal, man. Our response.
Yeah, and we have had a phenomenal response to our first episode, more than we can even imagine. But it's been a great experience so far. Over 100 people downloading our first episode so far within 24 hours.
And that's thanks to everyone listening right now.
Yeah, everyone out there that's listening. And then within the last 4 days of us launching Facebook and Instagram, we have almost over 300 members on our Facebook page. We just want to put a big shout out to all those people that are supporting us, and we really appreciate it. And we're going to do a good job for you.
We're going to try. I mean, honestly, we're going to try to put great shows for you guys together, make you laugh.
Yeah. The other thing too, we're going to do some little housekeeping here. On our website that at Buzzsprout, the fan comment button, when you click that and you send us a comment, you just need to know that it's a one-way comment. There's no way for us to actually give you some feedback. So we want to give you some feedback because a couple people asked some questions, like one Amy Ratty out there. A little shout out to you. She wanted to be on the show. Well, we'd love to talk to you, but we had no way of contacting you. So if you want to do any type of feedback or ask a question that you need some feedback, do that on our Facebook or social media. We'll be happy to talk to you and contact you that way. And if you just want to leave an amazing comment about that you're just enjoying the show or something like that, then leave a fan.
Hey, reach out to us, folks. I mean, we love any opinions about the show, anything you guys want to send to us. We greatly appreciate all your feedback. Now, Shawn, I was at the house and I was underneath the car. I had to tell you this, right? I was sitting there thinking about this the other day, and I was changing the oil, and I was sitting there thinking, have you ever seen this show, Yellowstone?
Yep.
G?
Oh, I've seen it. Yes, all 6 seasons, maybe.
Is it 6 seasons?
I'm something like that.
I have no idea.
I've seen it from start to finish.
I know I've seen all the episodes too.
And
waiting for more.
Yeah.
Funny thing about it is like, I don't watch a lot of TV. I really don't. And it just doesn't seem like I have a lot of time, but I was told I got to see this. So I turned it on. I started watching this, and from the very beginning. I got hooked. I mean, I got hooked.
Fantastic show.
I did. But you know what I got hooked about?
What's that?
was there's two characters I completely got hooked about, and that was Rip and Beth.
Yeah, Rip and Beth are over the top, amazing characters.
What about you, G? Which ones do you like?
I like Rip and Beth a lot. I'm more of a Kevin Costner guy, but I like the dynamics between Rip and Beth.
The funny thing you said that is that what I'm about ready to say is it'll pull Costner right into that too, though. But I was sitting there thinking, why are women absolutely crazy about this guy, right? I mean, that's all they talk about is how these women see Rip.
He's a man's man.
He's a man's man. He's a man.
Isn't that? I mean, that's amazing, right? I mean, because we're on the plane. I'm going to bring this together all about what happens on an aircraft, and women can actually attest to this. He is actually this definition of what a man used to be.
Yeah.
And I mean used to be.
Chivalrous.
Yes. I mean, they fantasize about him for a reason because they think that's what a man is supposed to be. And now let me explain that to you. And the reason is because he's very strong and he's no nonsense, right? His woman, he understands that Beth's a little crazy.
She's a lot, no doubt about it.
I mean, she's crazy.
There's crazy women out there.
Right. And Beth is crazy. I mean, she is crazy. She's strong, right? She's a strong woman. But let's face it, Beth is crazy. But he lets her be crazy.
Absolutely.
And you never hear him say a bad word about her. Not one.
Nobody wants to deal with Beth.
But he doesn't say a bad thing about her. Not one bad thing, right?
He loves her unconditionally.
And from that, she's got this crazy affection for him, right? And he never ever calls her a name. And you'll never ever see him walk away.
No.
He doesn't ever walk away. Now, the reason why I was saying this is that there's not a whole lot of men in our country anymore, right?
Well,
is it just me or is it just me? I mean, I know there's certain ones of us, right? We believe certain things. Like I grew up walking beans, baling hay, detasseling corn as a kid. We drank coffee. There was two kinds of coffee. In the morning time, it was percolated, folks. I don't know if you know what percolated coffee is.
That's
but if you
school.
do know what percolated coffee is, old school, right?
Yeah.
In the morning time when the farmer would make that coffee, you drank black coffee. Well, when he heated it up for you in the afternoon, it was mud. So
it was blacker.
Exactly. And that's all there was. There wasn't no cafe, latte, double cappuccino.
No.
But there was nothing like that, right? It was either one. Guys, men were men back then. And then all of a sudden, it started changing, right? So you see guys that don't do things for women, right? Hold doors open.
Yeah.
Pick a bag up and put it in the overhead bin. How about that one, right?
Yeah.
How about the guy that's standing in the aisle with the elderly woman and standing in front of him, and there's a 115-pound flight attendant in there, and you see that this elderly woman's struggling, and you want that 115-pound female over here to come pick that bag up and put it up, but you won't say, "Ma'am, can I help you?"
No. We're right back to that guy with the headphones and wants his bourbon.
Exactly. Right. It comes back. It comes back to that. Right. So my point is a rip. Right. Let's say a rip, because that would be the definition of man. Let's say a rip. A rip to me is not some guy that's big muscles, puffs his chest out, steroid looking thing.
It's not a physical thing.
Not a physical thing.
No,
not at all.
It's
right?
something inside you.
Right.
No, it's the guy.
That's how you're raised.
Exactly, because when I was raised, right, my mom, we had 4 boys and 1 girl, right? I don't know about you. Oh, I do know about you guys. If you walk,
Wait, what was that? Like,
no, I do know.
I think he's going somewhere good with this.
Okay.
No. I do know about you guys, because if you didn't hold a door for a woman, what your mom would have done?
Oh, my mom would smack me upside the head in a heartbeat.
Well,
Yeah, I called a lady ma'am the other day, and I think I made her angry. I was trying to be respectful, but it didn't really go the right way.
It's how we grew up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, our moms expected that of us, right?
Absolutely.
That was it. And the thing is that we were there to help people, and we still do that today. It's not changed. I know you guys. It doesn't change. When you see someone that you help someone, you don't walk away from that person just because you avoid it, right? So and this is what we have today on the planes, right? We have these guys that avoid it. They always walk away and they leave that person there. So to honor these women listeners that appreciate the rip, right? The rip guy.
The rips of the
Man's
world.
man.
Right? The man.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. They appreciate that man. So we're gonna bring that situation to an airplane. Shawn, I'm gonna need your help on this one, okay?
All right.
So here we go, folks.
I think G-Dub can help too.
He can. Yeah, you can chime right in, G. The game is called You Ain't a Rip.
You ain't a rip.
Okay? You ain't a rip. So here we go. If a flight attendant accidentally bumps your knee with a cart and you act like you were hit by an NFL linebacker, Shawn,
You ain't a rip.
you ain't a rip.
Not the guy.
You ain't the guy.
You ain't the guy.
You're in the guy in this. He's in our space, first of all.
Exactly.
Get your damn elbows.
If you
knees
got a
out
man
of the-
card, we're ripping it up right there. But you ain't a rip. If a little water spills on your shoulder and you act like your body was doused in acid, G,
Not a rip.
No, he ain't a rip.
you are not a rip. No way, no rip. And if a little coffee spills on your pants and you act like you're now suffering from a 3rd-degree burn and you have to go to a trauma unit, G, tell me again.
Not the guy. He's not
You
a
are
rip.
not a rip.
You are definitely not a rip.
No.
Not a rip at all. So, gentlemen, let me tell you something, right? Let's be a little bit more like a rip.
Yeah.
Okay? If the women of this world like the rips, then maybe we should start being that guy. Maybe you should start opening those doors. Maybe when you're in the aisle and you see a passenger that needs assistance, instead of waiting for that girl to grab that bag, maybe you should just say, ma'am, can I help you? And then maybe if you see a person that's maybe they're disabled and they need some help them out.
Help
Maybe.
him out.
Okay. So let's just be a little bit more like a rip and let's go the right direction instead of the wrong direction about being a man in our country.
Copy that.
Absolutely.
So, I'm sorry, but I had to talk about that.
No, man, that's a good point to be made. I mean, we are so lost in this world. There's so many distractions, and we're all so into our own person and being in our own space. I mean, especially on the planes these days, nobody wants to be helpful. I mean,
And Shawn, let me tell you something, right? Between me and you, they're lucky that we were not given man cards because me and you be ripping the shit out of them all the time, right? I'm straight out telling you, we be tearing them man cards up, gentlemen. You would not be getting them.
There's a lot of selfish guys out there.
All right, so guys, let's try to be more like a rip. Yeah. Anyway, okay, all right. Listen, we're going to go to our base assignments, right? We're going to go back to what we were talking about. Coming out of training, guys. Coming out of training, right? Base assignments. Now, you guys both came out of training, same class. So, hey, give me the scoop. What happened with you guys?
Man, we were all given a choice of where to go, and that choice was many different big cities in the United States at the time with our company. But
yeah, I'm trying to think how many actual choices they gave you, even though they felt like they weren't.
well, we got 3 out of all the choices that we got, and then it was just a big bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I knew that the choice thing was just something to make us feel like they were giving us something.
like we had some power or something to be able to choose, but we all went to Newark.
They were going to send you where they wanted to send you.
Yeah, we were all going to Newark, and that's where our whole class went to. We got there, and it was. Was
that intimidating going to Newark? I mean, say you're going to the big city. Were either of you from a big city?
No.
For me, it was a lot. I'm going to be honest. It was a lot. It was.
I appreciate that, G, because you know something. I think if I end up going to a big city like that, it'd be a lot for me too. But
yeah, it's a lot. Period. I mean, I'm a military brat, and I was all over the world, and my stepfather's from Newark actually, so I got to experience all that stuff, but I never had to live there. Right?
Yeah.
Living, visiting a place and living in a place are 2 different things. But we all got to go to Newark, and we got assigned there our first base assignment, and we got walked in there. And back in the day, they weren't as friendly as they are today with flight attendants. Most of the time, in today's world, they get 3 days in a hotel. They help them to relocate, find them a place to stay, all that good stuff, kind of hold their hand. Back then, as we walked into a big room, auditorium, they said, hey, welcome to Newark. And they got right down to business. Newark.
I always felt like as much as they needed us, they were still trying to get us not to stay.
Oh, yeah.
like if you did.
Like they weren't happy to see us.
Yeah. If
you were thrown to the wolves.
Well, one or two strikes and maybe you're out.
Right. 1 or 2 strikes. Yeah. And they were trying to make us strike big time. But they got us in this room and they were like, hey, welcome to New York. This is what you have to do. For those of you that don't have a uniform, go get one. We have some borrowed pieces over at the base. Like they didn't even give us a uniform when we graduated.
But when you walked into Newark's airport, though, I mean, that was huge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a huge airport. It had to be a little bit intimidating when you first went in there.
Well, you're on public transportation going back and forth to where you live at, which is, something that's different. You got to find a place to live. You got to get a beeper. You got to. You gotta find some roommates. You gotta find roommates because you can't afford a place by yourself.
Yeah, back in the day, we're old school, man. We came in, there was pagers at the time we had to come in, and
no phones, right?
Phones were here. Like there was the public phone everywhere, right? There was public phones over here, and by the gas station, there was public phones by the,
had to keep a roll of quarters in your pocket.
Right, you always had to have some change on you because you had to make a call. It was crazy, but They laid it down really hard on us and told us, hey, we only had like 4 or 5 hours to get everything. And we also had to have an address for scheduling, to give them a place where we're going to, contact us, which was just reminiscent on it is just unreal that we even got through it. But yeah, then we all had to find housing.
Yeah. And, what was that like?
And housing, like flight attendants we all got there. Imagine us all. We've been in training for like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it was. And we get there and we haven't really worked because they didn't pay us for the last 6-8 weeks, right? I think it was $100 a week or something like that that you used.
Yeah, I think it was something around that. Which even then didn't go very far.
No, didn't go very far. And then we all grouped up into these things, crash pads, which every flight attendant out there knows what a crash pad is.
Ours was in Elizabeth, I think.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah.
At the town and campus. It was a motel. It had burned down once and they had rebuilt it.
Yeah.
They rebuilt it badly.
It was a no-tell motel.
Yeah. and it was so bad, like the crack under the door of this motel was like 2 inches. We'd come back from a trip, we'd have snow drifts in our room.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I'm not so sure they weren't renting rooms by the hour at this place.
There was probably some of that going on. We just kind of ignored it. But it was me, G-Dub, and 2 other cats that are out of our class.
Yeah.
Were there.
I think we had 4 guys paying like $1,000 a month.
So you had 4 guys sharing 2 double beds.
4 guys.
No, it was more than that. I thought it was like $300 a piece, right? About $1,200.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
All right, now, how old were you, Shawn?
I was 25.
G?
Same age.
Okay, so you're 25 years old,
same
right?
age.
You're 4 guys in a hotel room sleeping back to back with someone you just met.
Well, we're not always sleeping back to back, and I know where you're going with this.
Well,
when we don't like where you're going with this already.
I will tell you this, G.
Hey.
When all 4 guys were there and you were sleeping back to back, you were afraid that the guy that had his back to you was going to wake up with a little morning wood.
That didn't cross my mind.
You were praying that this guy, wouldn't wake up and try to hold you or something. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but
try to snuggle with you in the evening.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So you guys, you had to bunk up. You had 4 of you in the hotel room,
and we didn't have any money. And
tough times.
And we were always like begging to go on a trip because we needed to eat. Because
you wanted to go fly so you could get food.
Yeah, get food,
free food.
Yeah, that was how we survived through this first month that we were together here in this crash pad. And I remember us pooling our money together and going to the store and buying boxes of Tasty Cakes.
Love the Tasty Cakes.
Gary loves those cakes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Butterscotch crumpets.
Yeah, butterscotch crumpets.
Fantastic.
That is hilarious. Yeah. And the beer.
Yeah, drank a lot of beer.
You got to have some beer. Right.
A lot of beer. But I will say this, it was a lot of fun. We bonded, we had each other's backs, and we all made the best of it.
That's a great thing about that, right? Because you do make those connections.
Yeah, those connections that last for a lifetime, man. Here we are sitting 30 plus years later.
Yeah.
I look
on
at
a
you guys. I
podcast.
look at you guys sometimes, and I go back to our younger years, man. And here it is that you see me, you got readers on, and I mean we're sitting there looking across from each other, and I see the young us and where we're at now. It's amazing that you make those connections, and here you are 30 plus years later, still friends.
And I tell you what's not going to happen is me and Shawn sleeping back to back in a double bed.
That ain't happening.
There's no room for that.
We're
man.
beyond that, ladies and gentlemen.
And so no more back to back sleep.
Both of us are married.
Yeah.
We don't need to be sleeping.
I'm not so sure we both could fit in a double bed either.
and we're not staying at motels anymore either. But anyways, you know what? Let's move on. What was your first flight? Let's talk about our first flight.
Oh, mine? Well, I got to tell you first where I was based.
Yeah. Well. Oh, yeah.
You had
That's
based?
okay, man. You just want to sweat me right underneath
No.
the rug. That's
We
okay.
can't.
Gee, don't matter.
ignore that.
We're going from a bad place to live to a great place to live.
Exactly. So
Yeah. Let's tell us about your Cinderella story.
as usual, mine was a little different than yours. When we were putting in for our bases, they told us that Honolulu was closed, but I put it down anyway. And so when they announced the bases, they announced all the bases, and then the last one that they announced was mine, and I was Honolulu, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
That's the best.
Dude,
Well,
that is.
It is, yeah. But okay, imagine this. Okay, I'm 20. I was 20 years old, right? So you're talking about a kid that came from the crop fields in Illinois working on farms, right? I had never been anywhere, not even on an airplane. So I've never been on an airplane. I'm working now, going to work on an airplane. So I'm taking these suitcases. I travel all the way to Honolulu, which I'd never thought I'd even be on a beach in Hawaii in my life. So I'm standing on Waikiki Beach. I've got 2 suitcases on Waikiki Beach, and I'm looking at this, and I got this beeper strapped to my side, and I've got no people from my training class, right? I'm the only one there. And I'm looking at this beach, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is really, really cool. This is really beautiful. What the hell am I doing here? Good Lord,
how did I get here?
And all the locals are looking at you going,
exactly.
There's another Holly just
a
came in.
Halle boy. No, it's a Halle boy. That's what I was.
He's from out of town. That's for sure.
If you know what a Halle boy is, all you got to do is see Hawaiians as soon as they see a Halle boy, they were dead staring at me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and I was standing there with suitcases. But anyway, I had to find a place to live. So I go traipse around the island, and I'm jumping on the bus. I'm looking for places. Well, anybody notice anything? Hawaii was expensive. It was expensive then. It's expensive now. And I had no money. We were guaranteed 65 hours back then. We had no money. And we hadn't even made any money to have money. So, I only had a little bit of money in my pocket. So I'm looking around, found no places. Most of the place was just like rat holes, right? I mean, this just did not want to live there. And so I was getting dejected. I went to the Ala Moana flea market, and I was sitting there, and I picked up a pineapple, and I sat down and started cutting it up. And I was
Pineapple's the best.
Oh, they're
Pineapple's amazing.
They were like 50 cents back then.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
50 cents. I mean, you get these beautiful pineapples. So anyway, I'm cutting it up. And here's this elderly woman sitting next to me, and we got in this conversation. She was asking me, "Is that good?" And I said, "Oh, it's phenomenal." I said, "You want some?" So I gave her some. We started talking. I told her the situation, and she goes, "Well, did you find anything?" I said, "No, I don't have no money. There's just no way." I joke around with her. I said, "I'm going to be sleeping in that park down there." Right?
There's a lot of people sleeping in the park.
Exactly. And I'm going to be
nice
one
parks.
of them with the uniform on. Right?
Nice parks too, right?
Exactly. Well, she looks at me and she said, well, she's a missionary's wife, and she had been there for like 50 years with her husband who passed away, and she had like 5 homes on the island. And she had said, well, I just donate the money anyway to the church. And she said, well, I'm going to write an address down. You tell me if you want it and how much can you afford? And I said, I can't go over 600. And she says, okay. Well, you give me 600 and just take care of the yard, and we'll call it even. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is but I'm $600 though. Shawn,
what is this going to be?
What it's going to be?
What's it going to be like, and where's it going to be like?
Yeah, exactly. So, I get on the bus, I go to Salt Lake Shopping Center, I ask where Puukumalaka is. And they point to the very top of this, it's like, it looks like a small little mountain, but it's just real big hill. So I went up top. And I was looking at this house, and I had the address, and I looked at it, and then I looked at the address. I couldn't have ran down that hill fast enough, right? She had a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom stilted home. I'm facing the military base on the other side of the island. I just won the lottery.
Wow.
Jackpot.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I just won the lottery. So I said yes. I grab it. I walk down to the shopping center, and what do? I get my bed. It's a blow up, right? I don't have a bed. I don't have nothing. So I get a blow up mattress. I go up there. I go to sleep. I get this this call, this beeper, right?
Beeper goes off.
Yeah, it goes off. I got to run down all the way to the flea market because again, we ain't got no phones, right? I haven't got hooked up, no phone hooked up. So I had to go down to the shopping center. I called them. It's scheduling. Now, here we go. First flight, right? I'll just keep going since it was my first flight. Scheduling says, flight attendant, and I said yes, and they give me the information. I start writing it down, and they say tonight you're going out on the 747. You're going to Auckland, New Zealand, and you are the lead flight attendant.
Oh no!
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah, no, I am not kidding you.
Every flight attendant on the that's listening to the show right now just panicked.
Lead flight attendant on 747. Now in Honolulu, you guys. Out there was the most senior flight attendants in the system, right? And I was probably probably one of the most junior flight attendants system wide. And
a Holly.
Yeah, and I was a Holly boy. So I told the scheduler, I said, you do realize I'm brand new, right? And she's like, yeah, what's your point? I'm like, I guess I don't have any, right? So I write this information down. And I go show up the plane, and there it starts, right? I'm on this huge airplane. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I ask everybody if anyone wants to switch positions, and nobody does that,
they don't
right?
do that.
So I end up being the lead position on the 747. The incredible thing is flight attendants are incredible, right? You come across these ones that all they want to do is they want to make you better too. And that's what they did. I mean, they helped me out, and they told me everything what to do, and I absolutely I love that first flight because I learned so much from these flight attendants, but I also learned how important it was to help somebody.
Yeah. I think that everybody understands that at some point they were new at something.
For sure.
Right. So it was Oahu, it was the Auckland, New Zealand was my first flight, 747. All right, guys, where'd you guys go?
Oh man, my first flight, 727. I have no idea. Multiple legs that day. I just know that I ended up in Detroit, and that was an experience. The first layover was an experience. I don't know how you guys, what happened there when you got to that first destination. For me, it was, let's say the rules were different back then.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of alcohol in the room. We had pizza.
He's a layover guy.
And we had
that was no testing back then.
Yeah, there was no testing, and we had rigged up the TV to watch the free movies in the box in the hotel room.
I remember that one. I remember that one.
Yeah. These are all old school stuff that it doesn't even exist anymore. But so that was my first flight, and it was an experience for sure. 4-day trip.
Yeah, I really can't remember my first flight. I do remember that. I'm not very good now, but I was even worse back then, which is hard to believe. And they used to help me, and I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't.
They're still helping you.
Yes. It takes a village.
It does take a village.
But I remember those people, all the flight attendants just helped me, and I was nice, so I took direction. I did it, but I was not a good stew, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but you know something? The one thing about G, man, you have him on the plane, it's always fun. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always a good time.
The one thing that does happen on any plane that any of us are on, we're having fun because what's the point of even being there?
Oh, absolutely. Right? Oh, yeah. Especially, remember when they used to put all three of us on the plane?
Oh, my.
All right, guys. Now, listen, as you know, we talk about a weekly destination, right? Last week, we talked about Bozeman. Now, this week, I'm choosing this one, Oahu, right?
Oahu. What a perfect seeing that he had his first base in the Oahu.
Yeah.
But I want to see.
I
Actually, you know what
Right.
it is we're asking for pictures. So I want to see pictures, right? I want to see some really cool pictures of some of these things that we're talking about. And one of the first things that I think that we have to talk about, right, is Diamond Head, because both of you guys went there.
Yeah, man. The first thing you do when you go to Oahu is
got to be a destination of Diamond Head.
Yeah, you gotta
get there. Got to get there.
You got to get there. It's the view, it's the picture that you're going to take there with the people that you go. You're going to be so enamored with that. That's going to be lifelong memories
Postcard. It's a postcard.
for sure.
Now, didn't they have like some kind of staircase there, Shawn?
Yeah, so Diamond Head is a state monument park, is built in a volcano. There's a little bit of history on Diamond Head. Diamond Head was originally just a big chunk of land there, and the military took over the land, and they turned it into a military base, which protected our western territories at the time of the United States. And they built bunkers in there. They built tunnels, and they have a very unique spiral staircase that goes up into one of the bunkers there that you can still go into at that time. But in addition to that, it remained a military base until about 1955, and then the military gave it back to the island of Hawaii. And they were going to actually make it into condos and stuff, and they had a big fight on their hands. The locals started fighting because they wanted to protect their island, and it remained a decision that they were going to actually make it into a park. And so the Hawaii Park Division took over in 1975. It's been a park and a destination for everybody in the United States and visitors from all over the world to go hike up Diamond Head, and you can hike up the tunnels and spiral staircase into those bunkers and climb out these pictures of a beautiful overlooking of Honolulu.
So, G, you went there with family, so good family place, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a lot to do there. I think that's got to be one of the top destinations when you do to go to Oahu is Diamond Head. It's like I said, it's a postcard.
Memory.
Very scenic. Just a great place to go to.
Yeah, and if you are
You can't go
in
without,
the city
You can't go without going there.
yeah. If you're in the city of Honolulu, there you can actually walk to Diamond Head.
Yeah.
You don't have to take any transportation or nothing. You can literally walk through the tunnel right into the park, up to the top of the hill, and boom. A lot of crew members on layovers do that.
So Diamond Head, definitely
Diamond Head's definitely a destination.
Definitely.
What's another
top of the
destination?
list.
Pearl
Top
Harbor.
of the
You got to also say Pearl Harbor, right?
Oh my
Without
gosh.
a doubt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor
that's a
is
must see.
Yeah. When you go to Pearl Harbor, everybody thinks they know a lot, but you really don't till you get there. And there's just so much more that you can learn by going there that you don't know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's such a sobering experience, especially with just the memory of what just happened a few days ago here, 9/11 here with us. This was another tragic event on December 7th, 1941, that we were attacked in Pearl Harbor. And you can go there, you can still see bullet holes on the sides of the buildings there. And it is amazing that has been preserved. There's so much to do there and see there. Not only are you seeing the memorial that is and you can see the oil still coming out of the ships there.
And you go down into the ships, into the submarines.
Yeah, you can get in. They have submarine. Blah, blah, blah. They have a submarine museum. Spit that out.
Yeah,
and they also have an airspace museum as well. It is a amazing experience that we spent. I went there with G-Dub.
Spent a whole day, but I think you could spend multiple days there and still not get it all in.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff to see, a lot of stuff to do, a lot of education about the World War II and what they went through in that time. And also, you're gonna hear stories about how the locals reacted to the whole thing, because you always hear about the military, but man, were the locals there were involved so much. It is definitely a destination to go to.
Really
Very
makes you have a
cool.
great appreciation for all those people that fought.
absolutely. And who lost their lives, right?
For sure.
So that's number 2. So let's go to the next one, and I love this one. Right? I mean, it's changed a little bit since I was there when I first got there, but still it's a must go, must see Hanauma Bay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hanauma
Right.
Bay is the place to go. If you want to snorkel and
Absolutely.
you want to see coral, the one thing about that I know about Hawaii, I've been there several times, but is that I'd go diving there. And Hawaii and the islands are very steep. So you think that when you go into water, they're going to be very picturesque, but they get very deep very quick. So to see a lot of coral, you're not going to see it in all the beaches there. You're only in certain places that happens. It just so happens that Hanauma Bay is built on another, and it's shallowed out somewhat, so it has such a great coral base there. So you're going to see all kinds of marine activities, fishes, octopus, all kinds of stuff.
But going back to what you were saying and how it drops off in Hanauma Bay, once you get past that coral, what does it do, Shawn?
It just drops off.
It
It's a
just
black
drops
mess.
off. I mean, it's
Like a
a
cliff.
black mess. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. You're absolutely right, because if you've ever gone out to the coral part of that and you get to the edge of it, and it's like the abyss.
It gets dark quick.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming. You don't know
get
what's
very
happening.
uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Well,
All of a sudden, isn't that right?
Well, as
I mean,
much as I can appreciate it, I'll see it from the side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean-
GW is not the aquatic type.
I have the ability to appreciate something by not actually doing it fully.
Hey, G, you know something though? I'm right there with you, because I remember getting to the edge of that thing and I looked down there and it was like the abyss, right?
Yeah.
And all you can remember is, you remember Jaws?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
you always go back to that. I mean, if you ever grew up and we grew up, you remember Jaws. But
Hey, I remember a story there when GW and I went there. I actually went off and it's in this crater. So I went off to the side of the crater and actually jumped off the cliff there. And then I swam back into the shore, like reverse the whole place, because I was like, I want to see the deep stuff, or, when I got my energies, it can go.
Excellent.
And then I can kind of like float on into the shallow coral and stuff. And it's like a maze out there. You got to get through the coral and all this stuff. Because
Shawn, you're a fantastic swimmer to begin with.
Yeah.
So let's get that.
But
out there.
it is really cool. Okay, so Hanauma Bay, gotta go, right?
Gotta go.
It's one
Must
of those
go.
ones. But real quick, okay, Hanauma Bay. If you go a little bit farther, I just want to throw this in there.
just up the highway.
Up the highway is Sandy Beach. Now, in between Sandy Beach and Hanauma Bay, there is a cove underneath there. And for a lot of people our age, you'll remember this. From Here to Eternity was filmed in that cove.
Wow.
Okay, just want to tell you, it's a little
Picturesque.
scenic area. They don't let you go down there anymore.
If you got a woman you want to roll around on the beach,
They don't let you go down anymore.
They don't anymore.
No,
right?
no,
Oh, wow.
because I used to be able to go down there, and they don't let you go down. But Sandy Beach, also a very, very cool beach.
There's other
Okay?
beaches to roll around.
All
people.
right, so the last thing that is definitely a must see is Manoa Falls.
Yeah, Manoa Falls. I have not been. This one location that now I've got something on my list to go back to see in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Is tell us about it, G.
Yeah, this is incredible. It has a scenic 150-foot tall fall, right? I mean, it's beautiful. You're hiking through a rainforest. It's about 1.5 miles round trip. It takes about an hour or two from the trail. I mean, so but it's definitely worth the trek. Make sure on any of these, when you're going, especially there, make sure that you are taking water with you. Just make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah, the one thing that you got to remember too is that you need to get out of the city.
Oh yeah,
This is one of the first places here that is not like all these other places are somewhat starting to get out. This is going to give you an experience of what the islands are really look like and what they feel like. I mean, when you go to Hawaii, you have to see a waterfall. Doesn't matter what island you go to, you got to see a waterfall.
And if you're going to Oahu, you're traveling that far, folks. Trust me on this. I get it. Everybody goes to Oahu. They want to see Waikiki Beach, right?
Right.
Waikiki Beach now is what? A strip, right, G?
Yeah, it's still nice. I mean, sometimes you want to do a little bit of shopping and some
It's a
other stuff.
concrete
But
jungle.
it's a concrete jungle, though. It's not like it used to be.
I mean, if you want to see an ABC store every block, that is the place. You won't see that everywhere in the world.
So rent a car, go to the other side of the island, go to the North Shore, go see something, right?
Yeah.
Don't just stay right downtown in Waikiki. There's so much more to see.
Yeah, if you get on the car, I highly recommend get to the other side of the island.
Yeah.
Stop at Dole, right?
love
G-Dub,
Pineapple, #1 pineapple place.
man, Dole Whip. The Dole Whip there will blow your mind. I mean, it is unbelievable.
So remember, everyone, the reason why we highlight this, we want to give you some information about where to go and what to do. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's restaurants, sometimes it's just a destination that we want you to experience that. But what we really want when you go there, And if you're with your family, is with your crew, right? We want your pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We want the picture of you standing on Oahu, you stand on Waikiki Beach, you going to Diamond Head, you going to Pearl Harbor, Hanama Bay, anything that we talked about, get a picture of it, send it to us.
Yeah. GW and I got that postcard picture of us up on top of Diamond Head, me and the family.
Yeah. Fantastic
Right?
picture. Yeah.
And you send it to us, and trust me, right? Sean's our tech guy.
Yeah,
He'll
you're
make
going to
sure
get
that
posted.
you're going
We're
to
put it on social media.
Right.
Yeah. We want everybody. If you wanted to go one step further and you want to download our logo or put up a sign saying something about cabin pressure with Shawn and G, boom.
Love it, man.
That's a definite way to get it on
because
Facebook, right?
What was that, G?
I said that's a definite way to get it on Facebook.
You
right?
got it.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, top fan for sure.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what we want to see. We want to see cabin pressure. Right?
Outstanding. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much our show, but we're going to end our show like we always do with a quote. And G's going to got our quote to this week.
Okay, everyone. This one is it's one that I think about a lot. So here it goes. The only opinion in life that truly matters is the one that you have about yourself. If for some reason your day gets a little bit tough, and trust me, I know we all deal with that, take a minute, just go in the bathroom, take a deep breath wherever you're at, look in the mirror, and just repeat, I got this. Do it all the time. Trust me. Take care of yourself. G, it was a lot of fun. I am so looking forward to you coming back.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Man.
It's been fun. A lot of fun.
We're going to have you back on the show as well. I mean, it's great to have guests on and have another opinion.
Especially G, man. I haven't seen him for a while. And do anytime come back because I love having you here.
I will. Thank you, guys. You guys got a great show. I appreciate you inviting me on, and I look forward to the next time.
All right, man.
So everyone, again, get back to us, right? Post on Facebook. We want to hear from you. We definitely want to hear from you. So until next time, right, Shawn?
Until next time.
We'll see you back here on
Cabin Pressure. Thank you for listening to Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G. Be sure to subscribe, message us, tell us what you'd like to hear. And if you'd like this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.